aligns itself with the South African statement on behalf of the Group of 77 in China on behalf of African Union. Mr. Chair, Excellencies, I would like first to thank the Secretary General Envoy on Youth, our brother Ahmad, for inviting the Pan-African Youth Union as the mother body of African youth functioning under the African Union, which stand to federate African National Youth Councils and youth-led organizations. Mr. Chair, the Pan-African Youth Union participates at all levels of decision-making of the African Union, including the heads of state summit. We advocate for the implementation of the African Youth Charter, the African Youth Decade Plan of Action, 29-2018, Agenda 2063, and now the post-2015 agenda. We strongly, Mr. Chair, believe that youth can play a significant role in ensuring peace and stability in Africa, and this is why we join the implementation of the African Union Agenda 2063 in silencing the guns by 2020 as we work closely with the African Union Commission Chairperson, Her Excellency Dr. Nkosazana Dlamini Zuma. Mr. Chair, we also believe that to enhance the World Program of Action for Youth as a viable instrument for further mainstreaming youth issues in the post-2015 agenda, we need to improve youth participation in decision-making, for youth issues cannot be discussed without the youth. We also encourage, Mr. Chair, intergenerational dialogues within the member states of the African Union, and this is why last week in South Africa, the African Union, the Pan-African Parliament, and the Pan-African Youth Union convened a third intergenerational dialogue between the African youth, the African parliamentarians, as well as the presence of the President of the Commission of the African Youth of the African Union. Mr. Chair, our generation is faced with the tragedies of migration, which occupies the front pages of newspapers worldwide. African leaders and Western leaders need to join efforts for sustainable solutions as the Mediterranean Sea is turning into the world's largest cemetery, and the majority of the ones dying are the young people. Young people are the most affected, Mr. Chair, with terrorism. The more than 200 young girls taken by Boko Haram in Nigeria, the Garissa Attacks University massacre by Al-Shabaab that took the lives of more than 147 students, the FDLR and ADF Nalu in the east of the Democratic Republic of Congo, and many other countries affected by terrorism. The world must act now, for most of the ones affected are the youth. In conclusion, Mr. Chair, Excellencies, the Pan-African Youth Union will continue to work closely with the European Youth Forum, All China Youth Federation, Commonwealth Youth Forum, and other youth organizations in order for us to overcome the challenges of our generation, and we believe that together we can achieve more. Merci beaucoup pour l'opportunité.
Thank you very much for the opportunity. On behalf of African Youth, I would like to thank you, and I would like to commend the Special Envoy of the Secretary General for Youth, Mr. Ban Ki-moon. Thank you.
I love you. You know, I love you.
I thank the distinguished representative of Pan-African Youth Union, and I now give the floor to the representative of the United Nations Population Fund. You have